Newsmakers. News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News, which is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. It's also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, you are listening to us on Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're on Greener FM 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we are on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu and VOV Radio on 95.7 in Hohoi. In the Northern region, we're on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM and in the Upper East, we're on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the Upper West, we're on Tungsong 97.3 FM in Wa. The news is also live across the globe on citynewsroom.com. I am Wilma Obubi Sakoman, and this afternoon I'm here with
Charles Owusukumi.
Coming up over the next 1 hour, Minority in Parliament reshuffles leadership. We'll give you details on who replaces current leader Haruna Idrisu. Also coming up, Special Prosecutor charges CEO of Northern Development Authority and his deputies with 6 counts of procurement breaches in the award of contract. Still ahead, 2 members of the Board of Trustees of the National Cathedral, Archbishop Duncan Williams and Reverend Eastwood Anaba, call for suspension and independent audit of the project. And later, 40 students of Krobia Santi Technical and Vocational Institute arrested over disturbances in the school to be arraigned today.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for staying with us. We'll settle for the details of our stories now. To our first headline, Minority in Parliament is reshuffling its leadership. We are joined in studio by my colleague Umaru Sanda Amadu to give us details of the story. Good afternoon, Sanda.
Good afternoon, Wilma.
What more can you?
Good afternoon, Wilma.
What more can you tell us?
Well, what we know is that the leadership of the political party in the country usually decides who leads the party in the Chamber of Parliament. And we are told on authority, a deep throat source within the National Executive Committee of the National Democratic Congress has said to us that there's a decision that has been made to reshuffle the leadership of the front bench of the NDC side, which is a minority side in Parliament. This decision was taken at the headquarters of the NDC in Adabraka here in Accra. Letters have been dispatched to the Speaker of Parliament, which letters say to the Speaker that henceforth we want you to recognize person A, B, C, D as our leaders in the House. This is information that we have got from the national leadership of the National Democratic Congress head office. Now, these are the names that have been penciled to replace the current leaders. So, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Tamale South MP, has been the leader of the NDC side for 6 years now. We have been told that a decision has been made to replace him. And again, we are told that this decision is without malice and that it is a routine exercise that political parties go through. In the past, parties have been changing their leaders and they've been given various reasons. At the NDC side, at least you can mention a number of people. Cletus Avoka was once a leader. Abdurrashid Pelpo was once a leader. All of these people are no more leaders. They've decided to replace them. Aban Bagbin himself was a leader at a point. So the decision is that Kezo Atoforsin, the Member of Parliament for Jumako Enyanesiam, is going to be the new minority leader. This is information that we have picked up from the NDC. A letter has been written to the Speaker. So Kezo Atoforsin, who currently deals with issues of finance, a former Deputy Minister for Finance in the Mills and Mahama government, is a man who has been penciled to be a deputy, a minority leader, I beg your pardon. For the position of deputy majority leader currently occupied by James Kluchi Aveji, the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, we are told he has also been replaced will be replaced with Yimano Ama Kofi Bua, the Elembele Member of Parliament, who was a Minister for Energy in the Mahama government. So that is a name that we have been given as a name that has been written to the Speaker of Parliament, requesting that he becomes a new Deputy Minority Leader. For the position of Minority Chief Whip, that position is occupied by former Sports Minister, Member of Parliament for Asuwasi, the Honorable Alhaji Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak. We have been told by NDC officialdom that that person has also been replaced. Honorable Muntaka has been replaced, and the new member, we are told, is the Honorable Gavins Kwame Agboja. He is going to be the new Minority Whip, someone who has been vociferous on transport matters for the NDC. When it came to the issue of deputy whips, interestingly, we are told that they have all been untouched. So the Honorable Doyo Ganza, a member of parliament for Adan, remains as the deputy whip, as well as Ahmed Ibrahim, member of parliament for Banda. These two remain as deputy whips. The change is that Kezel Atufosin is leader of the minority. Imano Amakofibua becomes deputy minority leader. Gavin Kwame Agboja becomes minority whip. This is the information that we have picked up, which information we are told has been communicated through a letter and sent to the Speaker of Parliament for onward decision. And indeed, we've been making several calls, and some of these information have been confirmed to us by a number of members of Parliament. Wilma.
Well, thank you very much, Sandra. We have over the phone lines Nilanti Vanderpoel, who is MP for Ododo and a member of the external leadership of the minority in Parliament. That's the NDC. He's going to give us more on this. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Now, we understand the party has reshuffled its leadership. What can you tell us?
Well, I'm hearing it for the first time on your network, and I'm a bit surprised because I'm a member of the extended leadership of the minority by my position as a ranking member and also a caucus leader. So I am a bit surprised about what I'm hearing. And let me say this. Our work in Parliament since I entered the House has always been on consensus. And the party leadership will always engage with us in Parliament before certain decisions are taken. And at almost all the time, the national chairman will be with us, discuss issues with us when he was general secretary. So this one I'm a bit surprised. And unless I get a confirmation, seeing the letter Morrisona is talking about, it will be difficult for me to believe because of the way we've operated over the period. We've democratically always elected our leadership either by consensus or by acclamation at our caucus meeting. And anything that involves a caucus, we meet as extended leadership, and then we meet as an entire caucus, discuss in detail, look at the implications of those decisions before we take them. And most of the time, if it involves the party in question, we meet together with the party leadership, discuss these things before the decisions are taken. I've never, in my time in Parliament since 2013, encountered a situation where the party has written to vary, change, or let me say, revolve or do any amendment to the composition of our leadership in Parliament. So this one has come as a surprise to me, and I've made calls, I've talked to 2-3 people who, like me, are also members of the extended executive, and they all say they've not heard it. So I'm surprised.
Now, who decides the leadership?
Normally, when we meet, names are given to us, maybe 2-3 names for each position. And most of the time, the NDC is a very dynamic institution. We take into consideration so many factors: regional balances, gender balances, religious balances, and the composition of our leadership and positions. We don't just pick people. So I will be surprised if this is the list that has been composed, because then it defeats one of our cardinal principles in the composition of leadership in the House.
Now, is it the party that decides, or is the minority that does?
The two of us always engage. The party, together with the caucus, always engage on these things, and then decisions are taken.
Now,
that's what I'm saying. Even if the party has decided on something like that, knowing the current national chairman and the general secretary, knowing who they are as former members of the House, former MPs, and they themselves believing in consensus, I think they will always want to meet with us, engage with us before such a decision is taken. The other side of it is that I heard Moro talking about the party has written to the Speaker. The Speaker of Parliament works through the caucuses. He doesn't work directly with parties because he's not a political entity. You understand? He, as a private person, he may have his political leaning, but then he doesn't work in his position as a speaker. He doesn't work directly with parties. He works through the caucuses. So even if the letter will be going to the speaker, it may be transmitted through the caucus.
We would want to know, is there a revolt in the caucus?
No. So far as I'm aware, we have a very united, strong, stable caucus. Very, very stable caucus. And you can see from the way we've done our things throughout. Once the whip comes in, once the whip is coming in, we have a three-line whip, we are formidable.
Okay,
it's only when we are left to our discretion that sometimes everyone exercises his own democratic